Okay, here I'm gonna show you a video on how to set up security for car calls. You're gonna first figure out what your dispatcher is. In this case, we have IQ as our dispatcher. So we're gonna go to File, Connection, Open, IQ. We're gonna go to Acquire our right privilege. We're going to go to View, Configuration tabs, Security, and then we're going to, so once you're here in the security, you're going to want to log on. Password is manager. So now that you are in, we're going to go to car calls, configuration. We're in configuration 1. So we're gonna go and figure out what you want to secure or lock out the floor on which car. So we're gonna take car 1, for example, and we're going to secure floor 3. I'm gonna put a 1 on it. And we're going to click OK, and we're going to click Send. So we're in configuration 1. We want to make sure that we have master security set to active. So we're going to click on Deactivate Override. It's active. Active configuration is 1. We don't have no car call overrides. So we're connected to the dispatcher, which is IQ. So now we're gonna open up a new window and we're gonna connect to that car with the card readers. As you can tell, the car now has security config 1. So we're going to go to View, Configuration, Security. We want to make sure that this is set correctly. So right here, we have selections for car call, enable 1 inputs active high. So we want to make sure we check mark that. And we're going to send it. We're going to acquire our right privilege. Going to send it. Now we're going to make sure the programming is set correctly on the actual car itself. So we're going to go to View, Configuration, I/O boards. You guys might have a job where the car call enable inputs are programmed on your COP, which would be over here. In this case, we have a simulator which does not have a COP. So for now, you might have one that's set up like this, which you'll need to view it or edit it and configure it. But right now we're going to do it on the MIAC board in the machine room, in the controller cabinet. So we're going to highlight MIAC. We're going to click Edit. Here's our signals. We're going to do the drop down menu. We're going to look for car call enable 1 inputs front. Remember, we got that 3rd floor secured. We're going to program this to input 14. Drag it on over. We're going to click OK. And then we're going to send it. So now that floor car call 3 is secured, we're gonna go and see if we can make a car call to the 3rd landing, which we can't. We're gonna do another landing, for example, which we can. So here we have it set to where the car call enable needs to be high in order to place a car call to the 3rd landing. So if you have a key fob switch to activate that input, so go to IO, back to IO boards. Now we're going to click view. And in this case, when we swipe the card or we have the switch, we want input 14 to be high. So in this case, we just have a simulator. So just like swiping the card, input 14 will go high, and it'll also go high on your MIAC board, input board, above the iBox. So now that we see that it's high, we're gonna attempt to make a car call to their landing now, which we can. Other security features that you can do is go back to your IQ, and you could also put in mode overrides, which you can select, and you can select what other features also override your security. Attendant service, CFSS, independent service, test mode, OBD calls, which means iView calls, remote calls, which is iMonitor. So keep in mind, we want to make sure it's set up for enable 1. Your configuration set to manual. General is set to basic security with per floor codes. Status, active configuration 1 as well. So if you need to change your configuration, make sure you can go to, configuration 2, and you can secure it or lock it. Lock other floors out too. So you're going to send that. And in order to change the configuration, is you can actively change it to 2. I'm going to send it. We're going to go back to status, and we see that we now have active configuration 2. So now we have that 4th car call locked. So we're going to see if we can make a car call to the 4th floor, which we can't. When it's locked with that lock key on it, no car call enable inputs will unlock that floor. It's completely locked out. So hopefully this video helped out.